Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Beholderbrothers District 7. I'm your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master, Ben Bollinger, and with me I have a wonderfully wackadoo bunch of Misfits here. Say hi, wackadoo Misfits.
Hi, wackadoo Misfits!
This is episode 3. Yes, 3. It's been a hot minute. It is episode 3, and we are picking up just a moment before we left off in the previous episode, right before the red fire alarms hit. In this moment, Nettle has absolutely torched the absolute garbage out of that Santa Claus, completely on fire, melted away into nothingness, and Luca has retrieved a flash drive from the burning, melting, smoldering remains of the Santa Claus, and the trees have basically, if you guys didn't burn them or kill them, have deactivated. The teddy bears, any that would have been left, including ones that are in the store still that didn't come out to join the fight quite yet, have and just fallen over, disanimated, something. Deanimated. Is that the word?
Disengaged.
Anyway, disengaged. Yeah. They're disengaged. And as of right now, no longer a threat. But where we last left off is Luca holding up the flash drive and all of you catching your bearings. What would you guys like to do in these few moments?
The alarms are going off?
Not yet. This is the moment before.
Before. Isn't this quite the interesting device?
Oh, wait, I may have stuff.
Oh wait, I may have. Oh wait.
Oh, no, I don't.
I don't.
I was trying to check and see if I had like detect magic or something. No. But I do like shapeshift back to the normal form where it's that like really gruff looking man that has a really bad looking skin. He looks so dry.
Do we need detect magic?
Well, does anyone here have access to a computer of some kind?
In that hot dog stand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In the hot...
Don't ask. Steve makes me run it.
Very well. I feel the need to introduce myself as is custom. My name is Luca Thomas. Thomas.
Hi, Luca.
Hi.
And I already know my friend here, but may you introduce yourself to those around?
Hi, I'm Nettle.
You guys are my new friends.
Yeah, you guys are my new friends. Hi, new friends.
So small.
I promise if any of you harm a scale on this one's wings, I will eat you without remorse.
No, it's okay,
who's
we're
next?
friends.
Sounds fun. Hot.
Yes.
Frankie Thompson. I run the hot dog stand.
Isn't that just delightful? I will have to visit at some point, as I do love me a hot dog.
As you should.
What's a hot dog?
Far as I'm aware, it's a cooked dog. Canine of some kind.
No, it's not.
Oh, no.
We come from two different customs, don't we? Yes.
There's dogs in them?
I suppose, from where I'm from.
Whatever. I'm Bo. Hi, friends.
Hi.
You got a bleeding wound in one arm from where the teddy bear bit you.
Yeah, I just reach over. There's a corpse of a Christmas tree still on fire. I just light my blunt. Nice to meet you guys.
Hold on, I got an apron.
Oh my God, you're so sweet.
Right, well, Mr. Bo. Sorry. It's me.
You'll get there. Yeah,
Mr.
I'm a
Bo.
man.
And then I do believe we still have two more unnamed.
Yeah, these two.
You two unnamed.
You were in
I'm in jail
Take
right
your
now.
time.
Okay,
I'm sure
in jail.
nothing's coming for us.
I'm tall.
Red tie.
Awesome.
Awesome.
See, usually that's a command where I'm from, so just making sure that was your name. Ben knows.
I get it. I get it.
I don't get it.
That's funny.
No, I get
And
it.
you, sir, with the wonderful ranged skills.
I'm Clint Laurent.
You work at Duluth?
Sadly, yes, but I also work at the Crowbar.
I get it. You.
Quite interesting.
And this is Cecil. And then Cecil just flaps down and lands on my shoulder.
Ah, how delectable.
Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Cecil did die.
Cecil's dead for the moment.
Yeah,
That's
it's
another
only
important
the
thing.
rest.
Cecil's dead.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It's
He
okay.
had 1 HP.
And he
And he did 1 damage.
He exploded.
He's a raven.
Now, I do not wish to pry into anyone's lives. However, what exactly were all of you doing here? I know you were being eaten by a teddy bear when we arrived.
Yeah, thank you for coming to get me. That was kind of traumatic.
sorry.
What reason brought all of you here today?
I was cleaning mail, and then I heard a scream.
I was
and I
cleaning
thought,
mustard.
which would be better, mail or someone in danger? And surprisingly, I went with the latter.
That is very fair.
I was cleaning my mustard vats because my manager's an idiot.
Y'all were both doing condiments.
Yeah, condiment bros.
No.
Oh, okay.
Condiment kings, some might say.
Ew.
I like me some more.
And I heard a scream, and then I was like, ooh, no more mustard. So I ran. Well, I walked.
And you, Miss Assam? Mr., Mrs.? I'm
Mr.
uncertain.
Isom.
How dare
Apologies.
you?
I do not understand the anatomy of this lizard person.
It's a
Do we need
reptile.
to wear name tags?
Bros.
Listen,
Mr. Isom.
I had something to do.
Hmm.
I heard some things. I had to be involved.
It took you a second.
It took you a while.
Yeah, you were a little late to the party.
I was-
for being
I'm
honest.
not
Unconscious
that
when you
ready.
arrived.
Are you a
Sorry.
new recruit? Did you just join?
And
Somewhat.
you, Miss Nettles. What brings you out of the library this late at night? I know you usually stick around.
There were bad guys.
Oh.
And I got to meet my new friends.
That is very fair, Miss Nettles. I do believe we should probably leave before.
It's
almost like I knew something was gonna happen.
the red alarms go off, and almost with like it's immediate, it's quick. You guys hear the of the security droids
No.
nearby booting up, and
Mama,
they segue because I told you they're on wheels,
Luca,
and until you're completely
Luca
surrounded.
tucks the
Just-
flash drive away.
Just gotta
Okay.
pick one up and then start hitting them with the other one.
You're not here. They each aim one of their arms forward. Their hand retracts into their arm, revealing basically the equivalent of an arcane cannon
I didn't
aimed
do it.
at each and every single one of you.
I dropped my gun on the ground, put my hands up,
I continue
Are
smoking.
these more
and I
bad
kick
guys?
it over.
You guys
Don't do
have
nothing too extreme.
you
Miss
guys have
Nettles.
3 figures that approach as the security droids part way to make way for them. The 2 of them you already know, or at least some of you already know.
No.
There's the very distinct smell of
Steve.
mayo and mustard.
And mustard. Wait a
As,
second.
as 2 Steves
Two.
walk up
So there are two.
There are 2.
alongside somebody that you all met during orientation at the very beginning.
I have to note that
This
the
man
mustard and the mayo,
stands
Steve.
as a hulking, tall Goliath. He's dressed in a button-down, kind of like Mr. Incredibles.
Nice.
Yeah, he's very simple attire, black tie. He's got a name tag though, and it says Warden on it.
No.
And he has strapped to his side what for him is probably a nightstick. To you all, it's a giant club
Oh no.
because he's a big boy. But they approach. The Steves all both just like more stuff just dripping from them. And then
Are
the
they
warden.
made of mayo?
No.
And then the warden pulls out his nightstick. Well.
No.
What we have here?
I was
You
attacked
have
against my
6
will.
victims.
Yeah.
Santa was scary.
Steve's security droids. Let's get him down to lockup, shall we?
John's on the
Not
ground.
the
Please take care
There
of
is
it.
an amicable way we can.
Work this out.
All of you are quickly surrounded and
Never
restrained.
mind.
If you had any physical weapons on you, they are temporarily taken
hot
away
dog
from your
tongs.
being,
At least I get to
and
see
you
my
all
Can I
are
at least keep my cane? It's very difficult for a man of my weight to walk around unaccompanied.
the warden just looks at you and just goes, no.
That is very fair.
You wouldn't take an old man's walking stick. would you?
Oh, by the way, that cane is a
absolutely
war
would.
pick.
But you all are carefully led through the rest of the mall. You guys pass some of the familiar shops that you guys all work at or have. Yes.
Sorry, I know that we were familiar with the Goliath. Did he have a name?
Just warden.
Just Warden.
Just warden, as far as you know. That's how he was introduced during orientation at the beginning. Was you remember one of the recruiters being like, and this is the warden. Don't piss him off. It's gonna be a bad time if you do.
Yeah,
It's literally against my will. I just wanted a Christmas present.
You all are like complaining, saying what you want, or you're respecting authority to the best of your abilities. Either way, both are valid in this regard. And you guys are led throughout the rest of the mall. You guys pass by your shops, like I said. Some of the grummier sides of the mall as well. You pass by the entrance of the tunnels, which is where a lot of the darker dealings tend to happen.
That's where you work.
Ah, there's my stand.
Most of you at this point are also aware that the tunnels is a place that if you want things done that you don't want the cameras to pick up or other people to know, this is the place to go, and you'll find the person that will help you accomplish what you're trying to get.
Drugs.
For instance,
You don't need to go in the tunnels
and then
for that.
eventually you guys are led into what is the warden's section, which is a series of halls that are built out into large detention blocks, basically. At the very front of it is the check-in stand, so to speak. It looks like a little kiosk, but this kiosk got renovated so hard. There's security system droids stationed along each side.
Whoa.
And you have the small little gnome who is set up on a really tall stool so he can actually be level with
It's funny.
the kiosk itself, and there's a large book in front of him, and he's actively writing down your names as you all are being processed into holding, basically.
I would like to turn to the warden as we're like kind of standing there, or like is he like still standing by us while we're getting processed?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to him and be like, so look, I don't know. I put in an application so I could get out of Duluth, and I feel like my talents would be put to far more use in the security field than selling boots.
We'll see if you are truly innocent of what might have happened. As far as we are concerned, you and your friends here are vandals.
What?
You're being charged potentially with destruction of property, vandalism, and depending on what happens, maybe murder. We're not sure if these things had a life or not.
I'm pretty sure if I told you what happened, you wouldn't believe anyway.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to look at the security tapes.
Good.
Sir, I'm pretty sure this destruction of property you're talking about, this property destroyed me first.
Is
What?
that a blunt in your hand, sir?
It's legal.
I work
Delta
here,
8.
it's fine.
Now, to be fair, that
Yeah.
is a substance sold here within the mall.
Depends on what substance is made of. There's
That
been a
is
lot
illegal.
of
Sell it.
more illegal types run through from the tunnels. Those tunnel rats have
Oh.
got some new
The
shipments.
dark scares me.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
So you all are getting checked through and you each are brought into the same holding cell together. It's a pretty large holding cell, all things considered. Before you go into the holding cell, he puts a hand, grabs the blunt, shoves you on through. You being the last one in,
Enjoy that.
shuts the door. He just takes it, walks away with it, and you all are in your holding cell.
Are we alone?
You are, well, yes and no. So you're alone with each other in the holding cell, but there are 3 other holding cells next to you. In the next one to you, you hear the familiar sound of the maestro. Currently just chatting it up with somebody in the holding cell right now. Directly across from you guys see... how about you introduce what your character looks like for everybody?
Yeah, so first off, she is yelling the entire time that she's in there.
Yes, as she should.
Like Listen, I know my entire job is assault and battery. I don't know why you think that you can get me on assault and battery when I get paid for it, as the warden is walking away.
I should also note that none of you have your eye crystals or spell phones. If you have the off-brand versions, they took your communications devices temporarily. Sorry, just a note.
Sam
So, my name is Kitty. Kitty the Crusher Copeland. I am the enforcer for the Displacer Races, and also the newest aerobics teacher for Heart Attack Aerobics.
I need to go.
She is humanoid, but she has hyena features, so she's got a hyena nose and ears and markings across her face. And she is wearing like the stereotypical 80s aerobics outfit with the Displacer Racers jersey and roller skates.
Hot.
And she is currently trying to like break the prison door down.
How tall is this woman?
She is 5 foot.
Okay, cool. I'm 4 foot, so I thought you were like.
I just want to say that I am like knocking on the cell. I'm just like, what are you doing with our DNA?
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna say, what? I'm sorry, my DNA? Are you doing something with come back here right now. Kitty. Hello?
You're right across from each other. You can see each other very clearly.
Hi, Kitty.
You guys are so
Boy?
gay.
Hi.
You. I know you from somewhere.
You sure do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my crow back. And I'm just gonna go sit. I'm gonna sit, cross my legs, and just rest. Just have myself a short rest.
Alright.
Please keep the PDA to a minimum, Mr. Bow. And he's gonna turn to the corner and sit down and start writing in his journal next to Clyde.
Clyde?
How can
I'm
I
saying
A?
Clyde.
How can I A if I can't get my D over there?
You so gross.
What did I say about the PDA, Mr. Bow?
So you are going to be in jail for a hot minute. They've got to review this. You were informed that they're reviewing the security tapes to see what fully went down. I'm sure you guys kind of relayed the story, but it does sound very improbable and very insane. So, take this moment for what you would like to do, bearing in mind that you are in a holding cell. I should note that, so the maestro's in the one adjacent, across from you is Kitty, and then diagonally from you looks to be a few of what you guys know to be some of the members of the Tunnel Rats, which they are rat folk. But they are people that have existed. They basically live in the tunnels. They are also known as Bad News. They're basically a gang that exists within the mall. A rat pack.
Now, Miss Nettles, would you like to join me for some tea?
Yes.
In a holding cell?
And he pops off his hat.
What?
Turns the top of it, flips it over into a teacup, and then pulls out a flask. And then pours out some cold chamomile tea.
Which, by the way, he didn't have it on his outside. He stuck it deep inside his claw. So that's where he hides his flask. That's why he still has it.
Actually, to be fair,
they would have no reason to search your gullet at that point. So.
What else are you hiding?
I mean, you are free to take a
get in
dive,
that.
but I would not advise it without my permission, Miss. No, he just says Miss.
Miss Hot Dog.
Miss. And that he's saying that he's just saying Miss.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to keep his book open with one hand, sipping with the other, and then offering the same cup he's using to.
I
Nettle.
just kind of like. I gotta like. I'm just like.
It's like a bowl for her. It's a punch bowl in comparison.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just like gotta dip in. Yeah.
I'm going to.
Your proboscis unrolls and it's a little straw.
I'm going to take the short rest to meditate so I can get my crow back, but also to try to contact my patron to talk to them.
So yeah, let me just go ahead and go around the table real quick. how I tend to run things, especially when it's large groups and everybody wants something to do, I'll go around and just ask what everybody's wanting to do real quick so I can get it into my head, and then we'll do, the individual scenes, or if you're partnered with somebody, you'll be together for that as well. It's just a way to keep everything semi-organized so it's not complete chaos, unlike most of this campaign. I mean, it just is chaos. I did this to myself. Anyway, so Isom, are you wanting to do anything in particular in these moments while you guys are waiting to either be released or indicted?
We can't actually do any attack, so to speak, or spells. Or
You can attempt to escape.
You can attempt to do what you wish, understanding that your actions will have consequences depending on what it is.
When will you learn?
For now, I think I'm actually going to just peruse the spell book that I have on me.
Valid. Okay. Nettle, I know you're sharing tea with Luca. Is there something that the collective of you are doing together, or
Basic RP conversation is my thought.
Do you want me to look at the
USB.
Do you want me to look at the USB?
Do you have a computer right now?
No, I was wondering if it was magic, or is this just pure computer?
you aren't sure? And that is, if you have detect magic, that is the keystone use of detect magic, is figuring out if it's magic or not.
Okay.
You
Can
may
I see
use
the USB?
Of course, my little friend.
Alright, and I'll cast detect magic on it. Can I concentrate and drink tea?
Yes, I will allow that. So we'll hop back to you here in a little bit. Kitty, what are you, besides, so the warden, you're yelling and the warden's just like, knock it off, Miss Copeland. You brought yourself into this
This is like the
mess.
5th time that I've been in jail this month.
Stop destroying personal property of District 7. And
Stop
maybe,
having your personal property attack me, and then maybe I won't.
maybe stop breaking the nose of your opponents.
Maybe they shouldn't get in my way, Warden. Maybe you should talk to them.
He's gone. He's gone. But is there anything in particular you want to do?
I can't really do much.
Or conversations you want to have. That's also perfectly valid.
Just RP anybody who wants to talk to me. Bo was trying to talk to me across.
You try to talk with me.
Over the ear. I promise if you say anything raunchy, I will call you out on it.
I know what Austin's doing. I'm assuming you're having the conversation with Kitty.
I actually was gonna go sit in front of Nettle and ask her a question.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm just gonna be yelling at security guards the entire time.
Okay. It's like, can you concentrate and talk to me at the same time? Sure.
I will allow it for the sake that you guys aren't like in the heat of battle or anything, right? You're stuck in a jail. There's only so much you can do.
I'm a little bit Barbosa, Marius. I'm a little busy at the moment.
So I'm gonna sit crisscross applesauce in front of you.
Okay.
Be like, hey. Hi. You work at the library, right?
Yeah, we got books there.
I assume you know like a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
What I have a theory is that Nettle's picked up on some of Lester's habits working there, right? Yes. So Lester's like, clearly this is truly like that. No, raccoons are also bugbears, right?
She's
that, which is completely false. But like it's like. Yeah. I feel like you picked up a little bit of just completely incorrect knowledge, right?
Like,
because you hear him mumbling to himself all the time as he's working.
She flips
very
through
bold
Encyclopedia
of you to ask
too.
this after hearing me ask what a hot dog is. Continue.
I forgot.
Continue.
I asked that. Have you ever heard of like blind animals becoming seeing animals?
Well.
Right as the maestro is in the next cell.
Yeah, exactly.
She can't hear.
Sometimes I can go blind but see everything. Does that make any sense?
I actually know what she's talking about.
It makes the most sense to a
lot of
stoner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, and I was seeing like swirling colors.
Now, Miss
I don't
Bo, I
usually
would
see colors.
greatly
I'm a mister.
appreciate it if you'd stop leaning over my teacup. I think you're dropping in some greens that I did not ask for.
He took my blunt.
You have a beard. I promise you stuff is stuck in it.
You got a little too close to the plant to take care of.
Stop shaking it into my tea, please. You were leaned over like this instead of doing this.
I turned. Hey, can I also look at that flash drive with you?
Yeah.
I'll confide in you, my brother and friends. We trauma bonded. I believe in you.
We are friends.
Yes. Oh, you're so small. So I was knocked out, and I saw so many shapes and colors.
Whoa.
It sounded like that.
Specifically, one of the rat pack or the tunnel rats, like got out of their cell. So there was a small little like silent alarm, I guess, that went off, and it started running. And you see the warden come in. He has his great club, and that sound, the tunnel rat hits square in the back and then gone. And as the warden's passing by, don't y'all try and do anything clever.
Never.
And then walks past and go get his great club.
Never been clever a day in my life. Anyway, shapes and colors. I saw a lot of them, and they were all swirling, and I thought I just ate some bad shrooms. But my boss, who is blind, by the way, I think that's pretty important, all of a sudden could see me, and told me that this mall is in danger, and some other things, and we're here to protect them all.
Well,
Is
now
he,
that
like,
sounds to me like a
lying?
premonition of some kind.
Is he like lying about being blind, or is this just like a?
That's what I'm
Whoa.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, can you be blind and then not?
If you don't mind me asking, who exactly is your boss?
He's
Flipping through his notes because
he's the like blind bunny in the other cell.
oh well, why don't we just? And he stands up with his tea in hand and walks over to the corner where the cell's on the other
I
side.
guess I'm just gonna slump it.
And oh dang, I was gonna have him knock with his cane, but he can't because he don't got his cane.
Knock with your teeth.
I'm not gonna knock with his teacup. This is important to him.
Do you need this? I pull out my vape.
No, thank you, ma'am.
It's medicinal.
And he sets it down and he just clunk, 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 clunk. I do believe there is a what was it again?
Bunny.
A bunny?
A bun?
He was he's a bunny.
A rabbit in the cell next to us, am I correct? And he leans as best he can out
So-
with his girth.
So the maestro steps out of the cell.
Oh.
What? He was
He's
never
not
put
in jail, yeah,
He's
he's
like-
visiting
Steps,
somebody.
he steps between the bars.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, and he
I do that?
he readjusts a little bow tie.
He was frickin' sorry.
Not family friendly.
I corrected myself. It can be edited
So
in post.
he steps out, straightens his bow tie that he's put on, and he his eyes are open, but again it's that glassy-eyed, fogged over, can't see diddly squat thing.
I have a question. Since I'm across the hall, could I see who he was visiting?
They were tucked away. I mean, actually, go ahead and make me a perception check. If you
I'm
so
gonna find out who
Get
the
to
maestro's
see
girlfriend is.
Who this higher up?
Boyfriend
Who's the bunny
is.
tapping?
Yeah.
Who is the bunny tapping?
Bunny thumping.
I hate
Thumper.
it.
This is a family-friendly
My
channel.
15.
You only caught ever brief glimpses. Specifically, you caught the brief glimpse of like just bright blonde hair. Someone that's about somewhere like between halfling and gnomish stature, but you couldn't really discern what race they were.
Blonde.
They kept mostly to the corner area. You did remember hearing the sound of something that sounded like crappy wood or something like fall and hit the ground, and it's like some papers kind of shuffle, and then immediately you heard a feminine voice like, "Oh, dang it," and the shuffling of papers, almost like they're trying to pick something back up.
Sounds like a nice lady.
But that's all you really ever caught glimpses of. And upon looking at the cell now, this mysterious figure does not appear to be anywhere,
dropped her rolling
and
tray.
it was just the bunny, just the maestro.
She's gone.
Now, that's a little weird.
He goes, my eyes are up here.
Looking at the wall.
I'm looking at the wall, and okay.
do believe somebody was calling for a rabbit.
Ah, yes, sir. I was told that apparently you have the potential to see. However, I see that you cannot.
Wait.
So are you perhaps any kind of patron or genie or any sort of deity that would appear in someone's dreams, vision?
So the first thing that happens is the maestro. Bo?
You've been sniffed out.
What are you doing? What are you doing in a holding cell?
I got chomped, boss.
You got chomped?
Yeah, you know the what's the Tan Fizz's toy store? The little toy shop?
Yeah, the toy shop,
Dude,
right.
so I swear I was doing my job, right? I was doing as you intended. And I went, and there's all these little teddy bears just falling over, and I thought it was really depressing and sad, so I picked them up. And all of a sudden, they became sentient and, like, pulled their cord and chomped me. And when I was down, I saw you, but you saw me.
Man, I want whatever you found at Tan Fizz's to smoke. Like, that sounds just perfect. Following that up and hearing and going back to the question,
he has
though,
his little notebook out. He's put his teacup head away.
Speaking of what you've been smoking, what you've been giving him?
He's talking about what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm only recollecting the memory of this here Mr. Bo. I am making judgments based on
And
what
I do have
they
a
did see.
question to add on to that.
So my show
answer one
turns in a complete opposite direction of you.
Okay. 180. Yeah. Okay. So who was that woman? I'm so, I hate both of you.
Woman.
In the
Coffee.
cell next to you. Coffee in the cell
Coffee.
next to you. In the cell that you were talking to.
That would be a particular lady.
And why
friend of
isn't
mine.
she there anymore?
She is. Don't worry, little one. She is not dead. She just took a back exit.
There's a back exit to these cells.
If you know where to look.
Could you tell me where this exit is? Could you tell me how to look for it? I mean, I know you can't see, but your friend got out.
That's
So
why we're trying to.
That's a mean
your
joke.
friend got out. So I feel like you
Miss-
should
Miss-
know.
Miss Copeland, I believe that right here is where you belong right now.
I told you.
I heard about what happened
Open this up.
to those security droids, and
My entire job is assault and battery. I don't. Why am I in here if I get paid for
you
it?
work at an aerobics studio.
You said I got arrested for a fight at the Derby that got too out of control.
Correct.
And
But that's not
beat up a
necessarily your
security
job.
drone. I do get paid for it though.
Does it go on your W-2?
I
So,
don't. What is that?
He didn't do their taxes.
well, so the
didn't do
maestro
taxes,
turns,
okay?
looks back in your direction, and goes,
I commit tax fraud every year.
I can't see. I have not been able to. I have been blind since birth. Like this is not new information. We bonded over this, man. Like you know this. You know me.
Yeah. Here, wait. I'm just gonna turn around to the. Hey, friend. Could you take a couple steps that way? I want to talk to my boss.
I do hope you know a couple steps that way is not going to change how I can hear.
I believe in you. I want my space.
I was here first. So you are the one who
No, I
has
said-
pushed their space upon my own.
No, I said, but I just want to talk to my boss, please.
Please.
I do not partake of the greens
It's
unless
just
it's
air.
green tea. And he turns and he takes the steps away. Now, Miss Nettle.
Shoot me straight. Okay, I took nothing out of the ordinary. No extra shrooms. I'm having this dream where you're opening your eyes and you're looking at me. Like looking at me, you have pupils. Like, I can see them. They're not glassy. They have color. You're looking at me. And you're telling me that I'm here and I have a purpose. Which you know is something I want to hear from my parents every goddamn day.
So, like, how did you have this dream?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna sound weird. I was knocked out by a sodded Christmas tree. Yeah. It's the noise I made.
If I'm to be honest, combination of shrooms and near-death experiences can lead to some crazy visions. I mean, I know. You remember that movie Flatliners?
Get out of here.
Boss, go to
No.
Well, like, there was something there. And, like, every so often, I'll go over to I'll sneak into the medical wing, and just me and a couple of my buddies will
Just die.
I've died and come back many times.
You are a god.
It's a high better than anything that we could smoke or eat.
You never cease to amaze me.
Jesus Christ, Bunny Star.
Thank you.
So as this is partaking, the detect magic thing's been going on for a while, and it goes off, and it's weird because it's seemingly a normal thumb drive, and it doesn't overtly read as magic, but there's something inside of it that is something, and it's divination magic of some sort.
There's something in there. There's something in there. We gotta crack this baby open.
If I may.
Oh,
I have a computer.
Just throw it.
Now, Miss Nettle, is
But
there
it might
something
also be a
in
US
here, as in
USB?
it is actually physically inside, or do you mean the files compartmentalized therein?
There's some. It's magic.
Well, we can't.
But also, I don't know.
That is very fair. Would you like to ask God for any specification?
Divination.
Divination. So, the question of divination magic in terms of D&D is usually things of like fortune telling, foresight, or in the case of this situation as well, like sending spells or communications, right?
It's actually inside.
Messages, stuff like that. That's usually transmitted via magic is considered divination if their messages sent that way. That much I can tell you with the question you asked me.
I'm sorry, Brooklyn. I just thought we'd ask for some specification without asking.
Sounds great.
Well,
Do you any other
Never
questions?
mind.
He
Never
tucks
mind.
it.
Don't break it.
Don't break it.
Don't break it. It's important on its
Hey,
own.
God! Should I kill this guy for you? Oh, no.
Anyway, yeah, sorry, distract musical, man.
It's okay. It's a good
Can
musical.
I search myself to find the exit?
Investigation check.
Okay, I
What are you
have.
doing, little turtle?
Let's-
Little.
don't have a very good investigation.
I miss my
No.
hot dog tongs.
No.
I'm listening to all the conversations.
I got a 4.
Okay, so a couple things. I've got to hit things all at once. So first things first. After a brief moment, Clint reforms on your shoulder, and you lock eyes with Cecil for a minute, and their eyes over. And
Is it one of the Rat Pack?
what?
You said I look over and see someone.
Cecil. Not
Cecil.
someone.
Oh, I look
Cecil.
over to Cecil.
You look
Okay.
over to Cecil,
Okay.
and their eyes over.
Cool.
And you hear echoing within your mind, "Why have you called me?"
Oh, I think back and I just go, well, for one, hello, madam. Nice. It's a pleasure to talk to you again. Two, so I apologize for not being at work today. I'm sure Cecil communicated why. Obviously, Steve got in my way. I had to work the night shift there. Apologies for that. The main reason why is because I still want to keep up on my quota because I still got to pay you back. So, do you have anyone that I need to hunt down?
No.
It's funny that you should mention that.
Oh, God.
Ah, good.
No.
Or goddess, I should say.
There is a particular... I don't know how exactly to word it in terms that you would understand. There is something or someone deep in the tunnels. They have been useful in the past, but as of late, their contributions to me have dwindled. We have a common enemy, and that has been the only reason that we've aligned ourselves together, but their usefulness is running out. And they know a bit more about us and the crowbar than I would like. Should you happen across this individual, put a bullet through his neck for me, if you would.
Could I get a name or a description?
They just call him the Professor.
The Professor.
The poor office.
Professor.
Warden, professor.
Well, thank you for that. I will make sure to take care of our little professor friend.
Is he saying that out loud?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking this.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just like, I will take care of my professor
communicated
friend in the corner. Like, hold on.
I've commuted this way for I don't know how many years.
Are
I'm
we
not gonna
killing a
slip up.
professor?
I'll take care of them for you. And if anything
The
else,
bird and him are just having a really longful look at each other.
I knew they were gay for each other.
So does your
stop
friend
it.
have like a
And if
relationship with a
anything
bird?
else comes
I
up,
have no
just
idea. He's merely an acquaintance.
you just have Cecil
Sipping his
contact
tea.
me.
The Cecil nods and then eyes go back. In terms of your investigation check,
I got a 4.
nothing.
Yeah.
You don't understand anything. But to be
Wall.
fair, the maestro just stepped out of the bars.
Okay.
They're small enough that he could get through at least.
I do punch a wall.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It's reinforced concrete. It's not great.
Take a D4 bludgeoning.
But there's not a single, like, there isn't even a crack in the wall that you could
Yeah.
easily be like, yes, someone could, like, polymorph themselves through here or something, right? It's pristine, it's new, it's fresh, and if it wasn't, because, again, plenty of people like you end up in here and punch the walls, it gets mended like that with magic. So, what the Maestro's talking about, you have no clue. None at all. Are there any other questions? Anything else that anyone wants to do before?
I'm gonna investigate our own personal cell with the information of what the maestro has given us, because he's not gonna use it, but he'd be curious to know where it is.
Well, it's an investigation check.
Yes. I for investigation.
Hopefully your investigation is better than mine.
How far is the warden?
Not,
So the
it's
warden.
-1.
So the
Oh,
warden.
I have better investigation than you.
So
but
Did you get a nat 20?
first nat 20 of the night, y'all.
it is. You have and you could get a
Emily,
zoom in
like,
on that
no,
if you want.
Are they Emily Expert Dice?
No, it's not Emily Expert. It's Allie Beardsley.
Yes.
Allie
Allie
Beardsley
Beardsley?
level dice.
Yeah.
Level dice.
Anyways,
They're my
roll
soccer
Allie
balls.
so
Beardsley level
I'll
if I
get back
roll
to you
with
in a
those.
second, but to answer your question, the warden has just thrown that rat back into his cell and slammed the door shut. He turns and sees the maestro, right? The warden goes, Maestro?
No.
Warden.
My God.
What's up, dude? And the warden just goes,
Oh.
get out of here before I throw you in one of the cells. And the maestro just goes, I'll just get right back out, man. And he turns, looks at Bo one last time and goes, I'll see you around back at the shop. If you don't, end up stuck here for eternity.
Stay out of my dreams.
Also, nice to meet you all. I'm sure you all look lovely. Try not to get fired. And turns and he
Don't fire
leaves.
me.
Who was the freaky rabbit?
This is my boss.
Ah, okay.
I'm just looking at the back wall,
Blind
hands on hips.
question
Just,
mark.
So,
I don't know.
Question everything. Trust no one.
so you aren't 100% sure, but there are spots along the back wall
Don't
that seem
overreact you.
just a slightly different shade.
It's up to you.
That if you look at it close enough, it almost seems to be shifting around and moving within the space. It's like when you stare in the shadows too long and the shapes start to form and kind of swirl around, or like if you close your eyes like that. It's kind of that mentality of what's happening. It's not coherent, it's not clear, but there's something weird happening.
And he turns and he sits back down with Nettle. Warden, have we got an ETA on when we'll be out of here? I do have deals I have to be making.
I got mustard.
If I want to survive
I got
the week.
work in like 2 hours, so I really need to leave.
I've got to wait for the Steves to get done combing through.
You know they're gonna take forever. They're probably in the back making sandwiches with their hands.
I've confiscated all of their sandwich items.
They get mayo from anywhere.
Also, I have nothing to do with whatever these people just
You're
did.
here for other charges.
Yeah,
You're
but I've
lucky
been here for like hours.
This is your 5th offense.
Hours.
Hours.
This is your
Thank you.
5th offense.
She looks good doing it.
Shut up.
Wow. All right.
Miss Copeland, you are at risk of
Mr.
being
Bo,
fired.
What did I tell you?
And I need not remind anyone here what being fired actually entails, do I?
No.
Death.
Now, listen.
Sorry.
Why are we dying?
I do
It's aggressive.
a wonderful job at whipping people into shape in the aerobics studio.
I thought you were just gonna say whipping people. I got some words.
And I have a shift in 2 hours.
I'm in her class.
You open at 4 a.m.?
Yes.
Wow.
Cindy has to do her aerobics. I am
Welcome to the country.
Hate you so much. I can't
has to
do
do her aerobics.
Aerobics. Thank you.
You're welcome. What if I just became a Bronx woman?
That would help me so much. Carol is trying to get her high knees in shape, and I have to be there.
I believe in Carol.
Everyone, shut up.
All right. And I just go back to meditating.
Let's be real.
Time to
Kitty, you're here for destroying property belonging to the mall and also assault and battery.
In my
The rest
opinion,
of you here are also here for a type of property destruction and vandalization, as well as potentially murder.
No, murder.
Unfortunately for
No, murder.
I don't suppose any of you can explain where Tanfiz has disappeared to then. Can you?
What?
No, but his shop was just kind of like open.
He has not left his shop since the morning shift, and he has not been seen or found, and we have combed the entire store. The only people in and out of that store today have been you.
Can I make a history check
bears.
to see if I ever saw him while doing my night shift stuff through like the large windows of the Duluth?
You
Train
absolutely may make a history check. If
Thank
so
you
wish.
very much, my good sir. Gordon, apologies, I'm not exactly well acquainted with Mr. Tanfiz or Mrs. What did they look like?
Short, little gnomish fellow, but with elfish ears. It was a spell thing gone awry, from what I understood.
So not electronic or mechanical in any way.
Correct. Living, breathing, made of flesh.
Unfortunately, I did not encounter any flesh beings other than those who are currently seated around me that night.
So you say.
I don't know nothing about a Tanfiz.
There wouldn't be any way that I would know anything, would there?
You could roll a history check and find out.
Okay.
How do you do that?
So you take a 20-sided die,
I don't have any
and you should have a
history,
history
so-
skill on your character sheet somewhere. You'll add whatever that modifier
Well,
is to your roll.
With a +0, I got a 17. So.
Cool. I'm gonna see what Frankie here rolls.
I don't know them.
I don't know you.
I don't know you.
So
We sell toys here?
So, first things first. You hear the name Tanfiz, and you're just like flatline.
No thoughts behind eyes.
Elevator.
Your
Yeah.
neck just
I
starts
know.
receding back into your shell.
The only association that you have with Tanfiz is the fact that you guys just fought a bunch of creatures in front of his store. But that's all you know. That's Tanfiz is a person out in one ear, out the other.
Cool.
You on your end. Mm-hmm. You remember seeing him when you got arrested.
Yeah, okay.
As you're being dragged out of the roller derby.
Kicking and screaming.
You remember seeing him. He was holding some kind of wrapped clothing thing. And there appeared to be, you caught a brief glimpse of what maybe was an arm.
He was building Santa.
And it was limp and kind of just vaguely hanging out of whatever this thing was.
Did it look like a security drone arm?
It did not look like a security drone arm. It looked like
Was it
fleshy.
like robot? Oh, fleshy.
Fleshy. Looked like a fleshy.
So I'm gonna say, excuse.
And then, but you watched him as he went into his shop, and you saw the open sign turn to close. And that's it. And because at that point you were dragged off too far.
So I'm gonna yell, "Excuse me, warden."
He turns. Miss Copeland.
Now, I do have a question. What about a deal for my early release? If I have some information.
Information on what?
About the man that you just asked about, like
about Tanfiz.
Yeah, that one. I'm going southern.
Boston coffee, heavy cream.
Well, you've got a triangulation of southern right now, and it's not helping.
Southern
Boston
everywhere. God, okay.
God.
God. Anyway,
Boston
God.
coffee, heavy cream.
Yeah, about that tan guy.
You give me the information of Tanfiz, and I will see what I can work out with the higher up in the authorities. You have to understand.
It's just the two Steves.
This is your fifth offense. They want to fire you, Miss Copeland. They're working on getting the incinerator fired right up.
Yeah, fire is literal here, remember?
Yeah, I know. God, okay,
It's not a cheap process. Expensive. Got to convince them that it's worth their while to waste that much money.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So when you were dragging me away, I saw the guy that you're talking about, the
Tanfiz.
Yeah, and he was carrying some kind of arm, but not a robotic arm. Okay, like a human arm. And he looked real shifty and ran into a shop and closed the door and turned the sign from open to close. It looked like he was doing something illegal. But your security drones dragged me off before I could get any kind of other information.
He looks at you, takes a minute, sighs. I will check the security tapes myself, and if what you say is true, then I will gladly see what I can work on. I'm not an unreasonable man. Turn, just a slow turn to the turtle.
Not helping. I just missed my hot dog.
I will go talk to who I need to talk to, and I'll get back to you. All right, Miss Copeland.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyone else have anything to say?
I wanted to see if I saw anything because his shop is right next to mine.
It'd be a history check. So it's a D20 and the history skill.
I got a 14.
I mean, you through your inebriated stupor during the shift, you vaguely remember him passing by from the tunnels, because your guys' shop is not far from where the entrance would be. So he was coming from the direction of the tunnels,
From them or going through them?
From the tunnels to his shop. You did not see what he was bundled up or carrying, but you saw him holding something.
Gotcha.
Choose this.
Hey, my guy.
Brother.
So Tan Fizz, cause his shop is very close to mine. I was just kind of hanging around the shop doing my cleaning thingies, and thank you. And I saw him for like a split second coming from like the depths of the tunnels, and like I don't know exactly what was happening because I had to
What
mop fell out
would
of my hand, but
Tan Fizz be doing near the tunnels?
I don't know. I'm not his mom.
We did just hear about him holding flesh.
Yeah, he did
That's
have like a
pretty messed
human
up.
arm.
Warden, if I may.
Like a bloody human arm. So,
You didn't see blood.
oh, I'm just exaggerating then.
I'm just noting that you didn't see arm. Or blood. You didn't see arm. You saw only blood.
Don't gaslight me, okay? I know what I saw.
Egg or no egg. Anyway,
Now, Warden, it seems to me that you have a case of missing persons on your hands.
as far as I'm
Like
concerned,
what?
until
What
I
if
see
he
the
killed
security
somebody in
tapes,
the wall?
that this is a murder investigation.
Well, wait, huh?
Now, that is very fair. However, in the case that the security tapes are revealed to show that we were in fact victims of this crime, wouldn't it be benefiting to have people who were close to the scene of the crime investigate said missing persons case should it so come to light?
Should you be
What if he
released
killed
from
Tam?
prison, you are to step nowhere near the crime scene or Tam Fizz's toy shop.
We do not intend to step near the crime scene. However, it seems that he was seen several times by several different people, several different places, to be leaving the tunnels. And in that case, I think that it would be a civic duty to attempt to investigate now that we have become involved, whether we liked it or not.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be helpful to have an aspiring security man and several people of several different backgrounds back in this operation?
It's a smart man.
Question, how old is Frankie?
How old is Frankie?
Yeah.
Like 52.
It's eternal. What is that in human years? What is that in human years? Or turtle years, I guess.
Turtle years, she's 52. But, like, I feel like in human years, she'd be like, how long do turtles live? Like,
Up to 100
150?
to 200 years, depending on
okay,
what breed
so,
you're
like,
in.
30.
She's like a third of her way through her life.
Yeah. So I'm like 35.
And still so
He
tiny.
was going to try using the child argument.
It was gonna be funny,
Oh, I'm not a baby.
but it's okay.
I'm just really small.
But he doesn't know that. Warden doesn't know that.
You can make the joke. I just come back with it.
I'm 52
Look.
years old, thank you very much.
Look,
I get social security checks.
it is your prerogative if you wish to go to the tunnels or not, but I'm not sanctioning a group of civilians or employees that aren't the security droids into the depths of the tunnels to go on what could be a wild goose chase, especially if they themselves are the murderers.
Now, I have a question.
Now, Warden, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was not asking for your sanction. I was merely
Suggestion.
posting an idea that may or may not come to fruition.
Yeah.
And it's people you don't have to pay.
I just want my gun back.
If we do, like,
Wait a
figure
minute.
out who did it,
I just hold my hand out.
Don't do that!
Hold on. Gone.
maybe.
Sorry, forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
If we figure out
I
who
didn't
did it,
realize who was around me. I just...
if we figure out who did it, right?
Right.
Maybe.
You're telling me that if you figure out who the murderer is, you all can be free from prison
That'd be so fun.
and not
Well-
fired.
Yeah.
Well, I had
Yeah.
no intentions of being fired, as once again, we are not guilty of, except, of course, potentially the Mrs. Kitty over there. I was not
With her.
in
But
at
that
the
is-
time of their arrest, so I have no idea what was going on there.
I'd actually like
No, I didn't
question.
say that.
So I work for two people here. If one fires me, do I still get incinerated, or do I just keep working for the other person?
That's valid.
Depends on the terms of your firing.
Okay, because I really don't want to work for Steve anymore.
So upon that note, you hear Gordon.
Do we smell mustard or mayo?
Which one is it?
Yes.
They've combined forces.
Speaking of the condom,
My hyena nose is overwhelmed.
The Steves have shown up, and they have a decently large eye crystal with them. And they approach and go, you might want to take a look at this.
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
So, you all can see the video feed from the eye crystal at this point, because they push a little button and switch something around, and it up in the
Projector.
yeah, basically, right, like a holographic projection of what of the
Will
video
this
feed.
be our undoing?
Oh,
Well, we did nothing wrong.
So the first thing I see is Bo walking past, and there's a little ornament that appears to have rolled out.
Oh, yeah.
Picks up the ornament, goes inside. You guys can't see inside the shop because the camera doesn't go inside the shop. Presumably the scream happens, and then you all walk up collectively in front of Tamphiz's. You turn, go inside. There's the flash of a gun from inside,
Oh no.
This is gonna look bad.
and you
Well,
all
there's the cafeteria.
being pushed out and swarmed into the cafeteria by the animated creatures and things. The fight ensues that you guys did. Some of you went down. Eventually, Isom, you show up into the fray, and you are like just trying to stab at this nutcracker, like it with a
Yes.
dagger. It is the way it is. And then of course Santa comes out. Everything ensues. You eat Santa. So the warden's watching all of this unfold, and at the very end, security droids come up and everything,
What
and he
in
goes,
the hell?
I told you wouldn't really believe it if we said it.
Dude, it was a
Yeah.
lot. It was
"All
scary.
right, Steve,
Okay.
go ahead and
Santa? But like,
rewind a bit. A few hours prior to this, sometime during the morning into midday shift." The Steves and start touching with their mayo mustard hands all over the eye crystal, and
It's
the warden's
getting
like,
dirty.
I swear, I'm.
Smudgy
Everything's
fingerprints.
happening, and then you guys
That's
watch
cute.
as the video feed reverses very quickly. You see the night shift coming past, then it's like the late day shift and people walking in it. And you notice that nobody from that point to the early midday, late morning shift when he instructed to go back there, nobody's entered Tamphiz's because of course the close sign. And then you get to that point. And you see the camera, the angle that they're looking through, you see Tanfiz with whatever he was holding go up to his door, basically kind of like kicks it open, spins around, and for a brief hair of a second, you guys all see an arm.
Oh.
He closes the door, flips the sign, goes off into the back, and then you all see what looks to be a glow of some kind. The video feed is in black and white. You see some kind of glow emanate for about 5 seconds, and then it disappear.
See, he's holding an arm. He's making that Frankie guy who monster from a
Frankenstein.
that
Yeah.
yes.
Enough, he left his shop unattended. The open
Actually,
sign was
it
on and then he
was.
came back? That is so rude.
Frankenstein's
there was
monster.
nobody in there.
The monster itself had no
Frankie
name.
whatever. Yeah.
I'm Frankie.
You're
No. Different Frankie.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Different Frankie. You're fine. Just different Frankie.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not fully convinced that you guys are involved, but I'm not fully convinced that you guys are the cause.
I did shoot a teddy bear.
Dude.
But it's because
It
you could
chomped
see,
my arm.
yeah, you could see the
See?
blood.
I made a
And
tourniquet.
You could
the
rewind it.
Security
bullet
drone attacked me
analysis will
first.
confirm,
Thank you.
You good.
I'm sure.
I need more.
So, I will tentatively release the lot of you
Yes.
Alright.
on a couple of conditions.
Cool.
Number one,
Yeah.
you all are obviously to step nowhere near Tamphiz's. If I catch even a whiff of you trying to investigate this crime,
I smell like hot dogs.
I
Can't
will have you.
investigate or can go in?
You are to go not within 100 feet of Tamphiz's toy shop. Do I make myself clear? First and
Yeah.
foremost.
Sworn.
Secondly, if I catch you even trying remotely to figure out the perpetrator of this crime, or to figure out if Tamfiz himself is responsible, to prove your own innocence, well, you all will become guilty by association, and therefore I will personally see to it that you are brought here for incineration. And thirdly, you all are on probation, and the Steves will be keeping a watchful eye on each and every one of you until the probationary period ends, which will be until the murder has been solved.
Oh my
But
God.
neither of them are even my boss.
Yeah.
I don't like.
I got the bunny.
I did have an independent contract to bring me here.
You all will be watched by the Steves. Your eye crystals will be uploaded with an app that they can locate you at any point of time that they deem necessary.
It's so disgusting.
I like my mom.
Really?
It's like so invades my privacy.
And
That
one
is
final
perfectly fine.
note.
Yeah.
Everyone was supposed to attend the Christmas celebration by the end of the week, hosted by George S. Crystal and the rest of the iCrystal Corporation. You all are to not attend. If I see you at the Christmas celebration, well, I'm sure you can guess what will happen.
Oh, shucks. Well, that sucks. Can we leave now?
That's about.
Can't even Christmas.
No Christmas.
So he pulls out what looks to be some kind of ID card or something of the like, scans a little sensor off to the side. You guys hear a brrr, and the cell door for the 6 of you.
Yep, just a 6.
You, on the other hand, he turns. Now, Miss Copeland, there is still your condition of, well, whether we release you or not. Granted, your information does tend to appear to be somewhat viable. However, you do have a couple of risk factors that I'm afraid not even the Steves can handle. So, here's what I might suggest. And he turns back to the rest of you. Miss Kitty will be under your careful watch and protection. If you let Miss Kitty hurt anyone else, damage any other personal property of District 7, or cause any more problems in the mall, I will see to it that you all will be held personally responsible for her actions. That is the price to be paid. Should you choose to want Miss Kitty's freedom, you are more than happy to deny that request.
I have no connection to this lady. I like to do my job, and that's gonna get in the way if I have to watch over Copeland.
I can do it
Yeah.
because I want to go to aerobics anyway. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
What do the rest of you say?
I have no prior objections with Miss Copeland. Nothing of consequence, so I see no reason as to not. I believe that she can be handled if given the right handler.
I'll
If-
pick another
He's
friend.
he's going in his book.
If
Yes.
it's in self-defense,
No factors. No,
I can't even defend myself.
I'll do it.
There shouldn't be any reason for anyone here to defend themselves.
Oh, you
Sure.
never know.
The
what
mall
could
is a
happen.
perfectly safe
Sure,
place.
I just saw a
And-
man walk by with a human arm.
If-
There's no reason for me to
if
defend
something-
myself.
If something is to go wrong, the security system droids will activate and come and deal with it themselves.
Well, what if my
Yeah,
mom
because
was
they're
the
just
guy?
the best fighters you can see.
That.
I think they have something to say.
What are you doing with our
One
DNA?
But yeah, I mean, I go to hard tech aerobics every now and then. You know, it's fine. So let's do
Well,
it.
I'm a good teacher. See?
Very good.
I do my job, and I do it well.
We can-
Alrighty then, it seems like majority rules.
Can I
Miss-
just not be included in the rule?
No, you're going to aerobics with me.
Nah, you're.
I don't want to aerobic.
I do
No,
apologize.
because you said that you wanted nothing to do with me, I say yes, they're involved. We're friends now.
Why does she get a like the guide in this? Why does she get to choose for
I do
this?
apologize, Mr. Clive.
Alright,
Clinch, but I-
everyone shut up. You all are just a bunch of misfits here in the mall. and I won't take too kindly to any more troublemakers. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
Almost
And
dying
Crystal Lake, Warden.
All right.
Was.
You will receive your items, your contraband, your weapons, and whatever else you have had confiscated, including your eye crystals, with the new apps installed from the Steves to locate you. What?
They
He
don't.
wants his DNA back.
They don't have it.
How do you know that?
We took your fingerprints.
That's like the most they do.
Unfortunately, those are now in the system. Welcome to doing crimes.
I did nothing.
Be gay, do crime.
Well, we will find out.
We lizard do
Hopefully
crime.
soon enough. Me personally, I would like to have this wrapped up before Christmas. I would like to go to the Christmas celebration myself.
That is completely fair, Mr. Warden. If I may I have a moment with the one of the members of the Rat Pack? I believe I recognize them from passing my stall over where I'm stationed. I wouldn't mind having a nice chat with them. I haven't spoken with them in quite some time, you see.
You all are to leave.
That is very
And
fair.
I should warn you, association with the tunnel rats is frowned upon.
That is very fair, but my very profession is frowned upon, Warden.
Don't remind me. You just haven't done anything quite illegal yet.
Not at all, Warden. Not
But-
at all.
One of these days, we'll get you and the loan shark.
Wouldn't mind if you got him before Christmas. Certainly take some skin off my back.
With that, you all are escorted out of the prison and of the jail ward, so to speak. And
Did
you
any
guys...
of the opposing team get arrested?
No.
Ooh.
They might just be racist against shifters.
They are racist.
What was the team that you guys went up against that before everything went
Oh
down?
god.
You know.
I don't know if I remember.
If not, something to think about, right? Something to figure out
Yeah.
and think about.
No,
So
they're definitely my arch nemesis now.
Yeah. So think on that for a little bit while I'm going through some of the descriptive bits and get back to me.
Sorry, just real quick. Did we have at any point, like, it's the way out past the Rat Pack? Dang it.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to talk with the Rat Pack.
I'd like to talk with you at some moment.
Okay.
But you all are now back kind of out in civilization. It is now the morning shift. You've spent most of the night shift here
In jail.
in jail. So you guys, the place is repopulated itself. Stores opening back up. Things are getting busy and business is booming.
I
What
have
would
it.
you guys like to do?
The team that we went up against was the Derby Devils.
The Derby Devils? Are they Dust Devils?
They are tieflings. It's a team
Tiefling?
of all
Gotcha.
tieflings.
Tieflings. Cool.
I'll wait for the go around.
All right. What's the plan here? What are we all wanting to do?
Once
What-
we're out of the jail, I
Um,
give the USB to Frankie because she said she had a computer. So I'm just gonna let that go.
I would like to
I'm just not even
go
gonna
with
worry about
Frankie. I would like to see what's on this flash
I'm
drive.
going to go.
Okay, so we've got
the USB.
so we got flash drive with
Hang on,
computer.
I have the flash drive.
No,
Where are
I
you
thought
guys
you
going?
gave it to me.
And
to
then I
detect
took it
magic.
back after Detect Magic.
Oh,
I have it. And
My
I
bad.
have a plan for it.
that was on me.
I do have work and I don't want to get fired, so
You're gonna work.
My
I
boss
do
wants
have
to.
to go to work.
Don't destroy anything.
I have work, but I still need my stash.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna try to
Are
get
you?
that if I-
No, you are not.
Yes, I am.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes,
What
I am.
day of the week is it today, this week in the mall?
What day is it in the mall?
Monday.
It would now be Tuesday.
So it shouldn't be too busy. It's a Tuesday.
Christmas is on Sunday.
Never mind. It's going to be
Yeah, I
very
don't know.
busy.
It's coming your guys' way.
I would like to go see him and get the flash drive. So I
The
can
funny
put it on
thing
my
is, I'm pretty
computer.
sure we passed my soul, so I would have just stepped to my stall.
Okay, that's fair. But I'm gonna go after you. I need the flash drive.
Okay, so Frankie is going to the kiosk with Luca or at Luca. You're going back to Tanfis's to get your stash.
I'm gonna
That is dangerous.
I'm gonna be outside of it first.
Fair
Just
enough.
scouting.
I'm getting my ducks in a row. What is Miss Nettle doing?
Are you gonna do the flash drive now or later?
I will be doing the flash drive almost immediately, but he's stopping back by a stall real quick for a reason.
Okay, I would like to see what is on the flash drive.
Okay, so you're tagging along with the flash drive group. You're headed back to work.
I'm leading an aerobics class.
What are you doing, Bo?
I would like to see what's on this flash drive. My dream still doesn't make sense.
Then I'll still be different. I'm gonna follow them, but I'm not gonna. I want to talk to people about the tunnels, or talk to people that are like involved in the tunnels.
Oh.
So I want to go to the shady part of like not the tunnels, but near it.
Well, that would be in
That's where we're going.
Luca's
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't care about the flash drive. For Clint, he does not care. He has his own job.
I know that Bo will come get me if they actually find any like relevant information. So I'm just going to work.
But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna stop by a store and get. I'm gonna stop by an ammunitions store.
Munition.
So I can get some more bullets, and then also I'd like to get a pen and paper so I may write my 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Yeah. So cool. So you two flash drive, work, stash, quitting /
Quitting munitions and then tunnels.
Okay. So for sake of ease and streamlining, money is. You guys have enough to get the basic necessities that you would need, including for your case ammunition. If you want something very specific and niche, that'll be something that we can role play out and get that stuff.
Well, I need a limit on my munitions.
You have a pack that can hold 20 bullets.
Cool, thank you.
And you can buy another pack if you wish, but the pack will cost you X amount of money. We'll deal with that if we need to.
Just take bullets out of the bodies. It'll be fine.
I'm going to first do, I think, we're going to hop over to the stash first.
Cool.
So
This is a very dangerous stash grab.
So you were telling me you wanted to like scout it out and kind of get a feel for like what's happening around it. So go ahead and make me a perception check. Charisma. It should be in order if that helps.
And you said perception?
Perception,
okay,
yes.
So 19.
19. Yeah, so I mean you're used to sitting, waiting, observing. It is part of who you are as a person. So the entire place, the entire section, including the tables that now have smoldering molten plastic remains of Santa and everything, it's all been cordoned off by yellow caution tape. Each corner of the caution tape has a security droid. All of them are holding up signs that say caution, and it does that pentagram across the screen and it continues to say steer clear, keep away, move around, stuff like that. Anytime somebody gets too close, the security droids kind of move in the way, kind of hold the sign up closer to their face, and then when the person goes around, they go back to their spot. The door to Tamphiz's is barred open. And there appears to you watch as a couple what look to be crime scene investigators are leaving with a case full of what you can assume would be samples or things that they are testing for DNA, forensics, right? Things of that nature, including probably Clint's ammunition from the teddy bear he shot the head off of, and everything like that. And directly adjacent to the door of Tamphiz's out on the outside is the trash can. So what would you like to do?
Since I'm scouting it out, I'd like to be kind of like hiding behind a pillar in this mall, if there's one in the food court.
Yeah, there's multiple different pillars within the food court.
So like one of the closest pillars to the drones and the gates and everything. If it's possible, I want to do a spell.
So the first thing we have you do, because you're trying to sneak up as close as you can, right? So the first thing we have you do is make a stealth check.
That was not a clean. Okay. I got 12.
12? Okay. So you get up close But you do know that these security droids have some pretty decent sensors on them, so you're not sure how much closer you're going to get without setting one of them off. But you're as close as you can be, but it's still... I mean, you still got a ways to go before you can get to that trash can. But what is the spell that you would like to...
I wanted to reduce my size.
Oh, no!
I love that for you.
Okay.
Oh, I feel really bad.
So how do you cast your magic? Like, how do you cast your spell? Like this is mostly just RP descriptive. There's not a wrong way to do this. It's just how would you as your character cast the spell?
I think I get into like a meditative pose, and then I do like the fingers touching. So I'm like kind of like sitting down, like crisscross applesauce, like this, and it's just like hyper focus.
Yeah. So and then there's all of a sudden the world around you becomes slightly bigger and slightly taller. You're not tiny, obviously. You've shrunk. You're about child size now. So what I will let that do for you is I'll let you roll one more time for stealth.
I got a 20 total together.
Nice. Non-nat 20. All right. Yeah, so you feel more confident in your abilities to get to that trash can if you want.
Okay. Then if I'm allowed to go to the trash can, I don't want to be in it, but I want to be like by it enough where they still can't see me.
Gotcha. Yeah, you carefully duck between the tables and the columns that lead up, and you get yourself up and around and behind the trash can that's kind of pushed up near that corner of Tamviz's shop.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're looking for the stash.
Yes. It's in Tamviz's though, right?
No.
Oh, it was by the trash can?
There's a little shoebox tucked between the trash can and the wall.
Oh, okay, sweet. Then yes.
Yeah, so you pull out the shoebox, you open it up, and sure enough, it's some really, really, what you presume to be really good quality stuff wrapped in just, like, crappy tinfoil, right? But it's there like the guy said, so hopefully everything else he said is true as well.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do here at Tamfizz's before I zoom off to another part of the store?
Yes. I have the box already in my bag that has shrunk with me. So, I don't know if somehow I have it.
Your items and stuff would shrink with you, yes, to match your size.
So, because I didn't want to be a part of this mess, but I got drawn into it, I just go, and then I run off.
All right, yeah, you just spit and...
I head back to work.
Head back to work. Okay, cool. We're going to zoom on over to the aerobics place now. Heart attack aerobics.
Aerobics.
So, yeah, so it's very 80s. It's got that classic 80s music playing. People are already starting to work out, right? Like you're definitely later than you would have liked to have been.
Yeah.
You were clear on a different side of the mall from this point, so it took a little bit to get on over. Cindy is already fast at work. Like, it looks like she's been there for hours, right?
Yeah.
Because, again, she's here before literally anybody else is in this place.
She's dedicated.
There's a couple of the other instructors, and you kind of know them, but obviously you're better than them, so you don't pay much attention to them. Yeah. Because they're beneath you.
Of course.
Obviously. But you get yourself set up and ready in your space. And what would you be doing? Like what does an average workday look like for Kitty?
So most of the time, I'm in the front of the class, kind of directing the routine. But throughout the class, I'll also go through to my students and help them with their form. Carol has really bad knees. She really has to work on getting those high knees up. So most of the time, I'm focusing on Carol because she just doesn't get it. That's so. What my clients really like about how I run classes, I'm more of a drill sergeant than I am like Oh my gosh, you're doing so good. Oh, you look so great. No. Carol, you need to work harder, okay? This is why your husband looks at his secretary every day. Get the knees up, and I need you to work out a sweat, okay? That's kind of the teacher that I am. And it works. It works well.
How I'm picturing this in my head, right, is like the Office cutaways, right? Like when they cut away to the little private interviews. It's like, I run my classes.
I run my class with a lot of tough love.
And then you see, and then you have like the voiceover as you're like, just like, get at Carol.
Like everyone is crying.
People seem to really like it. But okay, yeah,
but
so
I get the best results from my clients.
Yeah, so you start getting to work, and Carol's not having a great time. Carol
never has this. She's not dedicated enough.
Carol's really struggling, and of course you weren't here, so someone else has been helping her, and she's complaining about her knees and everything because they're just not handling them right enough to make it more they don't hurt. But
they just don't know Carol's form like I do.
After a moment, a little raccoon stumbles up to you, a clipboard in hand, and a little pencil tucked behind his ear.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh God, I gotta get the voice right.
You got it. I believe in you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll appreciate the voice.
What?
Kitty.
Hot.
Well, I'm surprised you're back. Last I heard, you were arrested.
Listen, the security drones shouldn't have grabbed me like they did. It was self-defense.
Were you in, like, prison or something?
Only for a little bit, Hot.
All right. Well, look, this is the fifth time that this has happened. You've been arrested.
I know, Hot, but look at the results that I get from my class, and then look at Justin's results. Okay?
He looks around. You've been working now a little bit. Like, you came back to work for, I'd say you've been here for only maybe 20 minutes, and already 5 people are in tears.
But they're
It's
burning
water weight.
weights. They're burning their water weights. Okay? We target the water weight, and we also target the...
Look, Kitty, I'm a respectable bugbear. But you...
Of course you are,
yeah,
yes.
Yes. But you can't... I know I've said this every time. You only get one more chance. I'm giving you one more chance. This is for real.
Hot, look at me. Look at me. You are my favorite bugbear. I love you. I love you so much. You're amazing. You're the best boss in the world.
I appreciate that, Kitty, but last time.
Of course.
Yes. Two more chances.
Two more chances, and then I got it. Yes, Hot.
All right. You better get back to work.
I work very hard for you.
Yep. Yep, you do. And he leaves feeling like you can hear him mumbling. I was like,
conflicted.
One more.
2 more chances. You're the best. You're the best bugbear.
Turns around, gives you the little.
I just imagine a small raccoon just walking this.
And at the sound of like best bugbear,
Gaslight.
Right? Best bugbear. Some people look at him very confused. Yeah, like he's a raccoon clearly.
Kevin, eyes forward, down to the floor. Put your knees up. We're not doing those kind of push-ups. Come on.
That lack of focus is why your son doesn't talk to you.
All right. Let us hop over to the collective here for the flash
collective.
All right. So you all follow / trail behind Luca into the crummier side of the mall. Like I said, out towards kind of by where the tunnels would be. Crowbar would be on this side of town. A lot of the kiosks would be here. But you all follow Luca to the kiosk.
He doesn't notice, by the way. He has no idea you guys are following.
So, what would what are you doing at the
He
kiosk?
walks over to the kiosk, takes out his phone, and puts it on the kiosk, and then turns and goes, "Oh! Now, I was not expecting to have company."
Are we putting our phones on the...
No, we are not.
Oh.
I
am
need that
not.
flash drive.
Why?
Because I have a computer in my hot dog stand. And if freaking Steve knows that I'm not there yet, I'm going to get fired and I'm going to burn.
Well, I'm
so I need the
afraid
flash drive so I have a computer.
I'm going to the library to use the public computers.
That's not a good idea.
Why?
Because it's a public computer.
And using the computer that one of the Steves has access to is a good idea.
He has a point.
And he tucks it into his vest and starts walking towards the
I
library.
forgot we had computers.
Weren't you the one that asked? Does anyone have a computer?
Yes, it was this one who asked if we had a
Very
computer.
distracting.
That's fair. This is
It's like, oh, yes, of
Now,
course.
if you wish, you may join me.
Okay.
I most definitely
Question. So am I there yet, or am I a little behind?
You probably are in the area and you see them all like huddled by the kiosks or having a discussion.
Can I hear them talking about like which computer to use?
However, do not forget you are all
Okay.
being tracked. That is why I'm leaving my phone at my workplace.
I'll run to the hot dog stand and be right back.
Hold on.
I run.
Yes, you have your eye crystals on you.
I just like
22.
pull out like
Yeah,
5 blunts
All
and
right.
then my phone.
I turn to them and go, "Do you guys need a computer?"
No, we're good.
I mean, we were going to the library, but do you personally have a computer?
Why do you ask?
And I point to the crowbar.
Oh, are you in... Why is there a computer at the bar that you have access to?
Back
Sorry,
off.
he doesn't know that you're employed there.
Back office. I know the manager.
All right.
Why is that better
No.
than the library?
Because the manager's a cool guy.
Also, the
Steve
public
sucks.
library.
Public library, Steve can still access it.
Yeah.
Not the crowbar.
True.
If he says that it cannot be accessed in the crowbar, then I suggest we join him with his friend, the manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very fair.
Okay.
For those of you who do still have their phones, I would advise either breaking them or putting them in your place of work and hoping they are not checking the cameras.
Okay.
Because for me personally, I know they never check the cameras down here because they don't work.
Cecil is just now getting back from dropping off my phone inside the back pocket of Steve. So
I'm gonna make sure that he's not going anywhere.
Can you do that for my Steve?
as well as putting my 2 weeks in his back pocket.
Yeah, Cecil flies in, and Steve Mayo, right?
Mayo,
Just
no!
all over the camera.
Poor
He's
Cecil.
pulled out his crystal, which is just crusted over. It's so good, right? And he's pushing buttons and goes,
iPad kid.
"Good. He's back working in the store." And then, of course, Cecil just gone.
Yeah.
But there is the sound of the from from the door as it opens, and he looks back at and there's nobody in the store.
Yeah.
And he's like, he looks and he goes,
Homie.
and then he grabs the mayo on mayo sandwich that he's been making.
I swear
and
this
then
might
we're
What
back
kind
here.
of creature is this?
I'm gonna turn.
We
to
don't
Cecil
know.
Yeah.
And grab his little
Oh,
face and be like,
manager.
give him my phone and be like, you know what to do. Find the bunny.
Yeah. No, Cecil takes that, like looks at me, and I just go, "Yeah, take it to the bunny," and just starts flapping up, and then goes to the CBD store and just drops it at the front desk.
Can I do it too?
Sure.
Cool, because I have a Steve, and you know how hard it is.
Yeah, and Cecil goes, finds the mustard Steve, and drops it in his back
This
pocket.
is how you two are gonna bond. This is Steve's.
Yeah, Steve sucks.
Yeah. Which condiment does your Steve eat?
Mayo. Yeah.
Well,
Mine's
it
mustard.
seems that I should be glad that I have not encountered Steve's prior to this moment.
Yeah.
We were going.
Yeah.
Crowbar. I need to go talk to some people while you guys can fiddle faddle and computers.
So you all head to the crowbar.
Is there a bright light anywhere nearby?
the crowbar.
Oh, okay.
It's bright
Great.
neon
Yeah,
purple.
and the crowbar's sign that's out there is stylized like one of those old, like almost like a theater kind of like Crown Uptown sign, kind of like a bait, but it's
sideways.
It's sideways, and it's got a little raven's head up top, and it's called, or crow's head rather, and
there's also a lot of crows outside that are just perched all around.
It mimics kind of like a Western saloon in a way, but with a bit of a modern edge to it, right?
Makes sense.
You'll never escape Duluth.
Perhaps it is different here. Are we allowed to eat these morsels?
The crows?
Yes.
Please don't.
No.
Any bird's good if you put enough barbecue sauce on it.
Don't eat the birds.
You guys enter the crowbar, and it's pretty chill, right? It's not super rowdy. Like there's some kind of like jazzy music playing. People are keeping to themselves, or they have a small group of people. There's some small little gambling games going on, poker, things like that. There's stairs that lead up into what would probably be rooms that people could stay in. The crowbar is also kind of a mix of a little bit of like a tavern inn situation. There's a kitchen towards the back as well as the back room, as you know. There are a number of different people here. Most of them don't look like regulars of the mall itself, but more people that tend to stick to the side. You see a couple of the bears from that work with the loan shark kind of minding their own business, getting drinks on their time off.
If they look
their jobs are usually closer to during the night anyway, right? There's a couple of Kenku people. There's some of the tunnel rats that also exist here as well, which they are vibing on their own.
Sorry, I am going to approach the tunnel rats.
And then tending bar is your boss.
His name's Elias.
There's Elias.
Elias, and he's a Kinku, but he's a really tall Kinku, but he's
it's Elias.
What's a
he speaks fluently, huh? Kinku is just it's a crow person.
Oh, okay.
They're usually very short, but his is tall.
But he's just really tall. He's very big. I call him Elias the Goliath. But he's just a really big crow man.
Cool.
So what would everybody like to do?
I am breaking off and approaching the rat pack.
I am taking.
Sorry, I'm gonna keep calling him the rat pack.
Do you have the flash drive, or does he?
I still have it. I walked away. I broke off as soon as I saw the rats.
I'm going with him.
Yeah, I'm following my guy.
I turned the bow.
Oh,
and I say,
get turned.
Now, Bo, I'd like to speak with you for a moment.
Well, the blunt's back.
It's always been there.
I have 5 in my pocket. Yeah.
I see that you deal with the greenery.
Yeah.
Do you have any interactions with anyone that deals with the bad greenery? You know what I mean? Which you can speak freely in here.
On whose word?
Ooh. What do you mean on whose word? Like that you can speak freely here?
Yeah. Like why?
Because we're near the tunnels. The crowbar is like a safe space, as I've heard people refer to it. So while you're here, nothing's off the table of being spoken about. It's just I need to check and see if you might have any connections I might be able to ask the service upon.
I've heard a few things.
Yeah.
Around. Yeah.
Okay. Why don't... Okay, alright. Listen, I know I look disgusting, but I still have asthma.
I may look disgusting, but I still have asthma.
In the book.
On a t-shirt right there.
Me for real.
Anyways, if you wouldn't mind sharing with me some of those connections, I have one of my jobs requires me to find people within the realm that your connections will be. I just need to know these people so I can find other people for my job.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your job?
Oh. Okay. And I look around to make sure that no one else is around.
We left.
They're talking. They're all talking to tunnel rats.
Cool. Bathroom.
All right.
We walk to the bathroom.
And to cut over to the tunnel rat situation. So you approach
I approach
the tunnel rats, who seem to be minding their own business. They're kind of mingling to themselves, kind of at a hushed tone and a whisper.
Fair enough.
What do you do?
I clear my throat before approaching. Just
They turn and all eye you.
mind if I take a seat, gentlemen?
Hold on for a second. Before they start that, can I just be standing behind him like this? Just.
But yet, so small. You look like a kid just walked up to their father in the bar.
Can I have a flash drive? Like, I have a flash drive.
I want you apple juice. You don't have it at the bar.
He doesn't notice. He's looking at the.
You say, "Mine, take a seat," and one of them pipes up and goes, "Who's asking?"
Papa.
Luca.
He gestures to the empty seat nearest to them. He seems to be twirling a gold coin around in his hands.
Sits down, and he leans forward on the. Did you by chance know that you have a group currently sitting in the warden's private cells?
We're aware.
Cecil.
Are you able to get information to them?
C-I-L.
Depends on what it is and how much you're willing to pay for that information.
I'm not paying. I would ask for your payment for the information I'm willing to give you. How would you like to be able to get out of those cells without having to worry about the warden?
What are you wanting?
Now, I personally don't usually sell information, so I'd be curious as to how much you'd be willing to procure this information from me.
Well,
I am nothing if not generous, and I personally quite like what the Rat Pack does down in the tunnels, and would like to prefer that they continue to do their good work.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I can talk to our boss and see if we can get something squared away for you, something nice if you'd like.
I'm not looking for anything big, just some gold. I have a quota to meet. Lone Shark, you know him. So, but I will give this information to you regardless. If you can, I would certainly like a reward for finding it, but if not, then keep it to yourselves and consider it a advancement on our partnership.
I'll see what I can do.
And he leans very close, pulls off his hat, and covers as much of his mouth as he can with it. He's got a big grin. He's full. He's a catfish. The back walls of them cells are colored quite particularly, and if you were to interact with said colors in just the right way, it seems you vanish. I cannot say with what certainty what the exact pattern is, but given the intelligence of you tunnel runners, I have no doubt that you will be able to make quick work of this complex situation. And he flips his hat back on his head and leans in his seat.
And at this point, you realize that you have 3 people that have followed you here.
What in the world are you doing here, boys?
I need the flash drive.
Why, per se?
I'm going to the back office.
We're all going to the back. Take your time, child. No, I stand up, tip my hat to the Rat Pack and go, let's go.
All right. I'm waiting on you.
Well, actually, what happened to Clint? He's our backroom getaway.
Speaking of...
Bo is also missing.
Yeah, Bo is also not
you
here.
You two knuckleheads!
And it cuts to the bathroom. You guys enter the bathroom, and there's this goblinoid creature that is in there washing their hands real quick. They turn, see you two kind of barrel in, and he just goes, all right. And then he walks out.
Later, Steve.
Later.
What?
There's another one.
More Steves.
These are just characters. I'm just giving names.
Okay. I was like,
I have no real history with them.
He's just ketchup.
I've just had a drink with them.
I'm just saying. That's third Steve, baby.
No, sorry. This one is spelled It's not Steve. Excuse me. It's Steve.
Steve.
Steve. SCHTEVE.
That can't be
Steve.
Oh boy.
That's silent.
Oh.
So you guys are in the bathroom.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you're inquiring of what
It's
I
Steve.
do.
Spelled XYZ.
Yes.
Yes, that is what I asked.
All right, and then after I tell you, you tell me what it is your deal is, because
My deal is
yeah. I'm sorry, but after looking at you,
weed.
no, weed seems like it's more of a.
Well, you gotta wait till he tells you.
It seems like more of a benefit to you than anything. I was slightly overhearing some of your conversations with that rabbit folk. You desire purpose, it seems.
Oh God, he's trying to convert you. Wasn't aware we were starting a therapy session.
No.
But
It's
right.
fine. You don't have to unveil your entire history. I just want to know why you were here. But I'll go first with a little sharing session. I work at the Duluth, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not any longer. I just put my 2 weeks in.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck with that.
I'm tired of mailman. But I also have a side job. One that I don't really get any wealth from, but instead, more of a repayment to someone else. Settling a debt. And that requires me to go and find people that shouldn't be here anymore. They've been here too long. They need to go. And my boss calls on me whenever her usual people can't handle it. Just to be clear, I mean murder.
That's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It is why I own a gun.
It's not just for show. I use it.
That's why I own a gun.
And I don't know if you can pick up on it at all, but
Oh my word.
if my place of work doesn't refer to it, or the fact that I own Cecil doesn't refer to it, you might not be able to pick up on who my boss is, but sure. That might have been a lot of words. You know what? Just move past that. Why are you here?
To just put it simply, I'm here to find someone.
Really? Wow, that's crazy. You're here to find someone, and I'm currently finding someone.
Who are you finding?
Oh, it's someone that works in the tunnels. And then the reason why I wanted to know people that you deal with, work with, is because they might have a connection to the man I'm trying to find. Specifically because the person I'm finding, the name that they refer to him is quite scientific, and botany is a science. I'm using some loose threads here to connect the dots.
I sure am a botanist.
Yes, I believe so. I'm trying to find a man that is simply referred to as the professor.
So, Bo, you know of the professor.
Okay.
Oh.
So here's some information I'm going to give you.
Take some notes.
Yeah, hold on.
Professor obviously exists within the tunnels. He's known to be a scientist of sorts. He is constantly experimenting on remnants that get left alone for too long in the tunnels. He's also experimented with some different kinds of shrooms. And in the case of your connection to him, it'd be different kinds of, medicinal herbs, so to speak, that he's tinkered with in his own special way to come up with stronger variations of all that. You also know that he's a tech whiz. He's really good at anything when it comes to technology, especially the newer stuff that's coming in, from encryption to decryption to, simply creating weird little gadgets that most people would never even heard of. He's also known to upgrade like spell phones and eye crystals to make them a bit more useful to people than they normally are. No one knows his actual name, but everyone knows his reputation, and he's not someone to tread lightly around. He can be friendly when he needs to be, but you've known a few people to not come back from his domain if you're not careful.
Slay.
Literally.
Yeah.
was said.
I asked if you knew who the professor was.
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would you mind finding a way to give me in contact, or maybe just pointing me in the right direction?
What are you gonna give me in return?
I'm letting you use my computer.
That's the group. What are you giving me in return?
Okay.
Oh,
this is difficult.
Tension.
Get messed up. I can cut
The
it.
turn.
He's so cute.
I can cut it, Tongs.
Hot dog water.
I can't reach that. I'm like,
All right. I can try talking to my boss. See if there might be any way to get some connections to you that might help increase some money flow within your store. If not that, then I also can give you just a life debt. I'll save your life after this, and then once I save your life, that's the deal's done. Blood for blood, like the Norse.
Can you say this person you work with finds people?
Yeah.
Is there a way that she could look out for someone that looks like me, only about a foot shorter?
I need a name.
Female.
That's
I was like, what?
Female.
Female. I need a name. How derogatory.
Generic female for a moment.
I don't say her name
call her
very
Jenny.
loudly. I don't. Just keep it out.
Look, I'll do this then. He whistles, and then Cecil flies in the room, perches on my shoulder, and I look into him and say, "My friend here needs someone found. I'll have them tell you the name of the person that needs to be found. Can you go talk to my boss to see if we know anything?" Cecil nods, and then flaps over to you and lands on your shoulder. And
Puts its ear up next to you.
Okay. And then I am going to whisper so slightly that hopefully he can't hear, and tell Cecil.
he's not even paying attention.
Are you Cecil? Am I looking at you? Or am I just talking in the air?
Hello.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hello. I need you. Her name is Alicia, and she was last seen with a tall, shadowy figure. I don't know where she went, and I need to find her.
And it. Yeah.
Do we see Cecil?
Would you like to make a perception check for
Absolutely
me?
like to, because I don't know where they went and I need them.
We're just walking aimlessly.
We're just becoming friends over here.
Yeah. And meanwhile, you're seeing me I go to one of the, I go next to the sink and I unzip my pants a little bit and I just stand there with my arms crossed and I'm listening.
Are you taking a piss?
No.
Okay, sorry.
No. I have a reason.
19.
Yeah, I mean, you see the bird fly out from the men's restroom.
You two stay out of trouble. I'll be right back.
Can we come with?
Can I come
No.
I'd like to.
Why are you leaving small people at the bar?
Hold on.
Because I trust the small people who beat the crap out of a bunch of animated toys can take care of themselves.
Let me see something real
One
quick.
thing.
Can I trust you?
Yes.
Stay out of trouble.
Fine.
So I'm within 100 feet. Can I hear this?
Perception check.
Over
Well,
the bar.
from my raven.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. When I hear that, and I can
The
also
way the raven works, it's a magic thing.
and I can
Gotcha.
also see him walking towards. I
Saunter.
I turn to you and I go, all right, act like you just took a piss. And I open the door and I start zipping up my pants. And I wipe my hands on my jeans.
Ew, disgusting.
Nasty.
Sorry, your skin is dry.
I'm gonna pull my blind.
That's why you look the way you do.
Washing hands. As far as you can tell, it looks like they were taking a piss.
Howdy, friend.
You could have let us know that you were going out to have a piss party. I was going to sneak it in there. You knew I had to.
I love that.
Buddy system.
Look, they were just nervous. They were in a place they'd never been before. I walked him back here. I also needed to piss.
I don't like the dark.
You absolutely could.
It's pretty dark in here.
Is it dark in the bathroom?
No, in the like a bar.
In the
I'm
crowbar,
assuming.
it's a
Well, the bar, but the
dingy
bathroom.
bar.
The bathroom, like, it's not bright.
Even bars will
It's-
have bright
it's-
bathrooms.
It's dim. Like, it's not great, but it's not the
like
worst.
2 of the lights are out.
Yeah,
There's only
I
3
got
in here.
nervous in the car, and I wanted a friend in the bathroom.
Aren't fearbolgs able to see in the dark?
Do you have dark
I
vision?
don't know, can I?
Yeah, sorry, this is literally
I don't
both
think they
Zach
can.
and Luca. I don't remember if
self-reflection
fearbolgs
comes
have.
from
I
that.
don't think they can.
I don't remember if they have dark vision or not.
Well, I get scared. No, it doesn't look like I do.
No.
No.
If it doesn't say it, then
I'll take
Furbolgs don't have
Furbolgs,
dark
so.
vision.
never mind that.
I just have a powerful build.
But you are you're welcome to take a piss.
He's just jacked.
I'll watch your back.
I'll go talk to my buddy Elias for you real quick.
I'm perfectly fine. We're looking to get into the back office.
Let me
Sure
go
you
talk to
don't wanna-
Elias.
You don't want to join
Flashdrive
the
time?
piss party?
No.
All right, and then I walk out to go find Elias.
He's tending bar, just like it was when
I
you guys came in.
rejoin these two and take them
We're
with.
gone. We're at the back office door, and I.
You don't know where.
I found it.
Actually, to be fair, it was described to where it is.
I broke in.
You guys are gonna get thrown out of this bar so quick.
I told
Well, I'm
them
following
to-
Clint.
Yeah.
I was looking for these two, and then seeing that they're gone, I'm like, oh yeah.
So,
you know.
so real quick, so
Yeah.
you two walk to the back. You guys end up at the back door somehow.
Okay.
You said you knock on the back door.
I'll knock on the back door, please.
Okay, so you knock on the back door.
Anybody's in there.
Two
The door,
small
the
little
door,
creatures.
the door opens,
Cool.
and you guys see a dark elf with stark white hair wearing a pair of sunglasses. She's dressed in simple, like, blue and brownish kind of attire. It's very, I have figured out all the things. It's a great time. And it, she just kind of looks
It's not-
down at the
it's
two of
not
you.
who I thought it was gonna
Probably
be, but it works.
But it is equal.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
You don't even have the flash drive.
That's the best part.
So, can we use your computer in a second, please? Also, would you like to be my friend? We,
Where the hell did you two come from?
Why are there two kids at this door?
I came with. I was wandering around, and I was gonna go back to my hot dog stand, and I decided that I was sad and that I needed a drink. So I came to the bar, and I actually got lost, and I can't find my mom. So, can
Leaning into
So
it.
Somehow, I can't find my mom and I need a drink. It's in the same sentence.
As this conversation is happening, you go over to Elias,
Yeah.
who's tending bar, and
I
he
will say,
goes,
I'm actively looking for them now.
What's the
But
legal
he-
age of drinking here? 12.
"You're 52." He looks at you and goes, "Clint,
35.
Elias, it's a pleasure to see you, at least today.
what can I do you for?"
By the way, real quick, is that who I think it is? In the back room?
Yes, but also with a twist.
Ooh, that's gay.
Well, so
And
if
you'll find
I
out in a minute.
get off work during at any point during this, I'm calling one of them.
I'll get
have
to
our
you.
phones.
So-
I'll also
Have
get
our
to you in a minute
phones.
with this too. Like,
None
yeah,
of
you're not
them?
just sitting there. I've
The
been.
only
we got
one that does
plans.
is
I just
metal.
have to hit every
Mine's
little
on top of
connection.
the light outside
Oh,
the
Yeah, you're good.
It just rings the light.
all over.
Where is your phone?
In the CBD store with the
Mine-
rabbit.
We had
Mine's in the
Cecil
hot dog
fly
shop.
them back to their work so that we won't get in
I'm
trouble.
gonna call your boss.
Okay, so what do you ask? What do you talk to Elias about?
Okay, just other question. Is it Raven?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Raven here?
Crap.
In the back.
Okay. All right. And I walk towards the back to the back office.
So
Following.
you guys come back there too. Raven standing, towering over the two of you as
Can
you're
she
just
be on my shoulder?
as you're just rambling.
I'm
She's
3
still-
feet tall.
Yeah,
but
she's
sure.
still big.
We can piggyback. We can piggyback.
It's the two kids in the trench coat at the bar.
Wait. It's so funny.
All right.
Oh, you're 3 feet tall? Okay.
So what's the rest of your rambling? That
Okay,
you're
still going.
And I need to find my mom, so I was wondering if I could borrow your computer and
Raven looks up, sees the rest of you, goes, "Are they with you?"
Yes.
Yes.
We got a USB, please.
You two little
Ow.
tykes.
Ow.
I grab them both by the scruffs of their necks.
You grab me by my
I'm grabbing your shell, but yes.
Ow.
You very delicately, you not at all.
My armor class is 17.
That is
Hi,
fantastic, you
Raven.
two.
Cleanse.
I also have just a general question. Given my history, would I sense potentially anything specific from this person?
I mean, they radiate magic.
Fear.
Like, a lot of magic.
Instant fear.
These pants.
I do apologize for the behavior of these two. I told them to stay put so that I could get our friends and come back here with your associate.
I'm sorry.
They were asking about a computer.
Yes.
Yes.
We had a little encounter during my night.
The toys.
Yes.
That has spread around the mall quite fast.
I didn't expect it not to. Anyway, during the end of it, one of the
I
toys.
watched it too. It was very entertaining.
She
Well, then-
watched you just.
Then you obviously saw
And
that
didn't
we
help.
got a flash drive out of it.
And you're wanting a computer that's not necessarily on the grid.
Exactly.
Steve's
and whatnot.
Steve's. Mustard man.
I'm familiar.
Mayo man.
Fine. Computer's right in here.
Yes.
Thank you, Raven.
Hooray!
Can I put it in?
I do
So you all
appreciate-
start going in. You're the last one to go in, and she just grabs you by the arm and goes, "Cecil got in touch with me about a particular missing person.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that you're going to pay me back for this missing person as well."
Yes.
All right.
You put him in deeper debt.
And she releases you
We're all
and
in
lets
debt.
you go in
I'm good.
there. At the same time, so who are you? Who are you trying to call?
Ghostbusters! Sorry. Force that.
Probably.
So I truly only have one of their numbers, and it's Bo, because in my mind, he just gave me it on like a receipt of some kind out of the blue.
I might have gone to a class or two.
I might know things.
So yeah, so you ring,
Yeah.
ring, and you hear hello.
Yes, my stroke.
I'm sorry. The bunny?
Is this the bunny?
This is the maestro.
Is this the baby?
Thank you very much. The bunny has a name.
The maestro. Do you know where the other guy is? The Bo. His name is Bo. I'm reading it off of the number that you gave me.
I'm not sure. A bird came out of nowhere and dropped off the phone and left it here at the store. Might still be with the others that I left you guys with in the jail cells.
A bird?
A bird dropped off the phone.
Okay.
A crow specifically.
Crow. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thank you. And I'm gonna assume that it was Clint's bird. Since I saw you with a bird.
Yeah. I was the only person who saw the bird.
Would I feel like Kitty drinks.
It absolutely has to drink.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
that's the only place you can go after you beat the crap out of people
Yeah.
in a roller derby. Is the crowbar?
I'm
because
just gonna, I'm
they
gonna
accept you.
immediately go to the crowbar.
It's a safe space.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So shifts are starting to end. Things are starting to close down as all this is happening. What are you going to do?
I think I'd, since I have the stash now, which I'm assuming was for me to begin with.
Well, so here's the stipulation. You were allowed a fragment of the stash. You took the whole stash. You took the entire stash.
Okay.
This candle for like $5.
So, since I just have the whole stash to myself, because I took it all,
Right.
I'd like to somehow, if we could all like meet up in the same spot.
Well, I mean,
Just
you can go try and find them if you'd like.
Yeah.
Now, we do know what happened the last time we tried to find the group, so...
Yeah. Is there like a central location where everybody has to exit at the mall when it closes? Or does it matter where we exit?
Well, not everyone exits.
You guys don't exit because you all live here.
We're also on probation. We're not allowed to leave.
You also, I mean, if we're going by the fact that, like, the Raven had to fly through the entire mall, you could have also seen my Raven.
Let's do, how about this? Let's do a history check. So it's the D20. Look for your history skill. That's the modifier you'll add. And we'll go from there. Depending on how well that is, we'll see what happens.
I believe in you.
It's okay. It's intelligence.
Plus, I'm sorry, what?
History.
History. In total, 14.
14. Yeah, I mean, you probably saw like a very quick glimpse of the crow belonging to the Clint boy that you encountered. Flying, tears, flying off kind of towards the tunnels area. Take with that what you will.
Well, also, since I have the stash, I'm just gonna start eating, because that's, how I get high. So I'm just gonna, like, eat the buds, and then just start following the bird.
Vibes. Back over into the back trading room. You all huddle around in this cramped space, this computer. Raven is staying back by the door, but is still kind of watching what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I'm just standing in the doorway.
I imagine Luca and Frankie are fighting over control for the laptop a little
Fighting.
bit.
I grab you and I hold you up just high enough as I type with one hand.
And I'm just gonna stand leaning against the back wall watching the.
So you get everything set ready to go, and then
How big are you?
6'5".
do you plug in the USB?
Yes.
So you plug in the USB, and it kind of does like the 3 dots loading thing, and then it kind of boots up, and you all see what looks to be some kind of video file pop up and a play button.
Like,
Ba-dink.
hold me.
It starts. You guys see a hooded figure. You can't discern their face. They're in some kind of decrepit basement-like area wherever this is being filmed.
He sets you down and has pulled out his.
I can't even see now. The desk is too
Well,
tall.
that sucks.
You hear a feminine voice speak from the video. If you have received this means that I have failed my mission in exposing the mall and the truth behind its inner workings. Encoded within the thumb drive is one of their deepest, darkest secrets that, if released to the rest of the public, would make everyone aware of the mall's truly evil doings, and thus hopefully save those that are about to be lost. Also enclosed is a plan that they have. Not much was discernible from what I was able to get. I couldn't decode it fully myself. All I know is that whatever this plan is to happen on Christmas Day. To encode the message, find the professor. He's one of the best that I know. He would be able to decode the message in its entirety and be able to figure out what I was unable to discern. Also, if you are watching this, you all are now targets. Do not trust the droids. Do not trust the staff. Trust only yourselves, and be forewarned, you're likely going to be hunted. Good luck, and it shuts off.
Well, I hope nobody had any plans for Christmas.
We were uninvited from the Christmas party.
I have no family
Well, it
left.
doesn't mean that we don't have other people.
Okay.
You all are in search of the professor.
So it
Raven
would
speaks up
seem,
from behind.
Madam. He's still very edgy around this person.
Interesting. Well, I wish you luck in finding him, but do be warned, he's not one that can be trusted. It's a little bit of a... Well, he is a bit of an odd character. I'm sure some of you have met him. If you've made it out alive in one piece, congratulations. If not, well, don't worry. He likes to keep trophies.
Oh. Can I have a question? Do I notice that you dead-eye him?
You are more than happy to make a perception check if you'd like.
Kick in the saloon door.
Or maybe it's... No, perception. I'll have to do perception for this.
I feel like insight is easy.
I'm gonna go
that's
get
what I
a
was
drink.
wrestling with. It's the same stat, so I just...
11?
Yeah.
11? You don't.
Frick.
Now, if you'd all be so kind, please exit the back room.
I've left to go get a drink.
he goes.
He's like done.
I'm dragging you behind me.
At this point, you all enter the main foyer.
Get the thumb drive back.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm
Luca
assuming
keeps
Luca has
it.
it.
He's
Kitty, you walk in
Yeah.
just in time to see them coming out from the back halls in the back room.
I stand in like the saloon area and I have my hands on my hips, so I'm like tapping one of my feet. And I just go, you know, if you're gonna give me your number, maybe be there to answer the phone when I call you.
You called me?
Yes.
At that
And then-
note, the door swings open and Isa bumps into the back of you.
Oh my lord.
Oh, you found us.
Roll forward.
Yes, I roller skate a little bit forward because I got bumped into.
You've been released.
You are definitely this stuff.
You know what?
This stuff hit
Go well, my friend.
real hard.
Oh, go well.
It hit real hard. You see probably 3 of Bo at least.
Like the view?
That's so gay.
What did I tell you about the PDA, sir?
I immediately turn around and I'm looking at you. And I say, I don't care how high you are. I need you to look where you're going. Okay?
Can we not stay by?
She's been in prison
Clint
5 times.
Yeah.
and
Watch out.
Luca and Clint and Luca, you two would be probably the most likely for this because I would imagine, and you two can tell me if you're wrong. I imagine that this interaction is probably a bit distracting for a lot of you, or would you be off and paying attention more to your surroundings?
I feel like I'd be paying attention because I'm so small and I don't want to get like punched.
So you're watching this thing unfold, this conversation.
No, I'm looking at my surroundings because I'm like, I don't want to get attacked.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm so small.
What about Nettle?
Like,
next to him.
I think I'm still on Luca's shoulders, and I am quite distracted by whatever the brightest light is.
It's one right here. Like
Yeah,
it's very
maybe.
close to you. Okay, so I'm gonna say
Closer to
so.
it.
Then I'll say I need Frankie, Luca, and Clint. I need you 3 to make me a perception check, if you'd be so kind.
Bo is oblivious.
Oh, God.
25.
18
5,
and 16.
11.
That's a big boy number.
I get a
19.
+6.
The 3 of you notice
The munchies have kicked in.
that there is a larger group of tunnel rats that have appeared in this area.
Are they from jail?
Possibly.
There look to be 6 of the ones similar to the one that you guys saw. There is another one that looks to be more decked out in some they've got like a leather jacket and they've got some charms around their neck and they look to have some kind of staff made out of like old sewer pipes. And then you see a bigger creature who is actually they are a tiger standing over them,
Tiger
and
King.
they all are
I'll never
looking
find it.
specifically at you. And you do recognize one of them as one of the ones that you talked to previously.
That's fair.
Do I recognize any of these people from my work?
Roll me a history check.
Sure thing, bud.
I have
Even a
Cool.
girl.
What'd you get?
13.
You. Not really. There's a lot of the tunnel rats are a decently large group, and you do, despite your work, you've only spent so much time in the tunnels as is.
Okay.
But what would you guys like to do?
I'm texting you.
Well,
Okay.
Frankie.
You're texting me?
No.
Oh.
Frankie.
Hi.
Frankie.
What?
It
He's
would
talking to you in the
seem you
game.
have attention drawn to yourself. Would you like to explain that?
Not right now.
Frankie, I'm fairly certain that we are going to be approached here shortly. So I would like to know exactly what you potentially have gotten us into.
Are they your friends?
What do you talk to Elias about?
I turn over and go, Elias, I have a feeling that just from the general vibe I'm getting from this group, you might want to just close up real quick, just for the time being.
I'm already working on it.
Thank you.
I would like to roll an insight check to see what exactly they
Get in a
want.
bar fight.
If it's an angry stare or if it's just inquisitive.
Can I also look at that?
Because I look.
Yeah, if you wish to look, it's going to be insight.
I'm also going to go sit at the bar, cross.
Yeah, and then there's the two really high guys, and then Kitty just like, I'm going to pummel you.
I am. Stop. Since they're talking about it, I've now noticed that something is going on, and I'm going to look all around, and then look at Frankie, and then try to discern what's happening.
I'm gonna share my munchies.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
17. 17.
Only a
19. What'd you get, Brooklyn?
Only a 10.
10. So, Nettle, you just assumed the best out of everybody.
So
They're
wow,
friends.
They're friends.
For you two, it's more of a look of greed than anything. With Frankie.
Oh, yeah. So you say that, but they might literally want to skin you and sell you in the black market.
No, but
dang it!
I do have limits that I have.
Thank you.
I'm gonna slide up to Frankie real quick, and I'm just gonna lean down and go, Frankie, darling, do you have anything really, really valuable on you right now? Look me in the eyes. Look up at me. Tell me the truth.
The hot dog tongs. She loves those.
And I know it has nothing to do with that hot dog stand.
Oh.
So what you have on your person right now that's very valuable.
So, at that note, the rat that you talk to
Fair. Very
comes up
fair.
to you as like before anyone of them move.
Yeah,
he comes up
Luca will step
specifically.
forward to meet him as a justified, a gentleman's agreement.
Do you want me to still be on your shoulder?
Up to you.
He pulls out a sack and he hands you the pouch. He goes, 1,000 gold pieces, as per our arrangement.
I very much
Rich.
appreciate that, boss.
Now,
Nice.
I hate
to
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but well,
I did notice the group, if I may so say. May I be informed of exactly what's about to go on?
well, apparently there's something that your friend here has that is very, very valuable. Something that some of the bigwigs are looking for.
I would
Wanting back.
bigwigs are looking for. Ain't that just a pinch?
We couldn't help but have overheard and understood that you are in possession of a flash drive.
Oh.
They're looking at you because they think you have it.
I would like to say that at this point, getting the general vibe, I'm sitting at the bar, arms crossed on the bar, and under this arm, I've manifested my gun. I'm readying an action to shoot at one of these guys if violence is started.
Now, I have to ask, which bigwigs?
The bigwigs.
Now, I knew that.
And they're willing to pay a lot of money for its safe retrieval. So, I will not harm you, friend, as we've had a mutual arrangement. But I'm afraid unless we get that flash drive, well, the big boss isn't going to be too happy. And
Easy pointing.
you know, and you know what happens when he don't get too happy.
I do know what
On the
happens.
flash drive, it's not just the video. On the flash drive.
Now,
there's
I
the
do
pictures.
ask, should this begin,
There's files that we haven't looked at.
can we allow the establishment's other occupants who are innocent in this matter to leave?
Elias is already scooting the
Yeah,
back.
no, yeah. As you look around and say that, Elias is already kicking people.
Oh no, yeah, but he's just trying to keep him distracted in the moment.
Fair enough. It's pretty simple, my friend. Flash drive, something far worse is gonna happen.
I know, friend.
You know how it works.
Terribly, terribly do. And there's no way we can negotiate about this amicably?
Unless you can pay us 100,000 gold pieces.
Oh, God.
Afraid not. Not even this down payment puts me over that line. Should things come to a bit more of an aggressive standpoint, would I still be benefited from a deal with you later on?
Assuming that, we don't
All
kill each
parties
other.
live, yes.
Then yeah. This is purely business. Surely you understand that.
Oh, I absolutely understand. So I hope that you also understand, my friend. And I swing my war pick and clip him in the jaw.
Real quick.
Hold up, everybody, first and
I have a
foremost.
question.
Question first.
Okay, while they were talking, I want to look around and see if there are any cameras within this place.
There are none within this
Okay,
place.
perfect. Then I'm ready to fight.
By the way, I'm aiming for pipe rat.
Oh, the sewer staff?
Staff rat.
All right. So with that, everyone please roll for initiative before we do anything else. When we come back for the next episode, we will be encountering the tunnel rats. Howdy, everybody.
Hit him in the chin. For non-lethal damage, mind you.
And then I grab the lapels of his jacket and I headbutt him.
A chili dog. A chili dog. So you pull out a chili dog.
I whip out a chili dog.
Is it a rat 20 or?
Yeah.
Oh no!
So sorry, Ratman. This is non-lethal.
The name of the
I'm gonna look the tiger in the eye and I'm gonna say surrender.
I look at I look towards my barrel and go. Something happened last time we fought.
So I'm sloshing some hot dog water. I'm just get up on the table. I'm like, hot dog water.
You pick up the table and you're gonna basically just
Frisbee it.
Frisbee it. So you get up, you just shake yourself off, you turn back around, and there's an egg behind you from where you were laying.
An egg.
An egg?
Did you birth a child?